Biblically, um, let's search. Think around Exodus 33. Did I have a backup person to read? Yeah. Exodus 33 and 7. Who was outside the camp? Read.
And Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without the camp, afar off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation. And it came to pass that everyone which sought the Lord went out unto the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp.
They had the camp, and then they had outside the camp. Lepers were cast out. Rebellion was cast out. But here Moses is going outside from the so-called children of God and meeting God outside the camp. So many people, even though they survive the world, they come right in the church and try to find themselves. A lot of times I talk to you all about um, your past, family relationships, friends, and so forth. So here we are, a man that the Bible describes in Moses as a man that speaks to God face to face. He is writing in Leviticus. He's writing about life before he was born. He got such a unique relationship with God till we read about Moses rebuking God and telling him you're wrong. And reminding him who his forefathers was and sharing with him, okay, you gonna kill him? What about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, their forefathers? And these people, they were stiff-necked people, God people. Some of God people are stiff-necked people. But he did not call you just to kill you. He did not save you for you to die. He brought you here. I come that you might have life, and that more abundantly. Now, I come that you might have life. I did not come for you to have normal life. I came that you have an abundant life. What happens when the person's called out of the world and they want to stay in the norm? God broke up everything that I call a friend. Every family member that physically, emotionally exhibited love. When this man named Jesus came in my life, all relationships change. Now, it's a camp that my flesh has put me in, surrounded around people that I love, people that I know, and then now he don't want to meet me with them. He want to meet me outside. Tell somebody my camp. He gonna meet you outside of your camp. Something happened to me during that shaking. I didn't have nobody to talk to. For him to say, I want you to be humiliated. If you don't go and get before my people with with your messed up self. Get before the people who say they love you and stand before them and let them see the curse of me on you. Shaking. Shaking. I want them to build up thoughts. I want them to try to ponder and guess why my child right now seems to be cursed. Because he's meeting me outside the camp. Tell somebody God gonna meet you outside your camp. I ain't coming to have you to walk this way the way you think you're gonna walk with me. I'll break every rule that you made and bless you in a cursed place. I'll make you walk the hill, the valley of the shadow of death. I constantly have people calling me like it's so strange, the suffering. Suppose he's trying to get you from your family. I have some men of God that I loved and they love me, but they couldn't be here with me. I remember talking to God, my best friend, and I told him, Elder Mobley, I said, well, why would God have us so close and you live way in New Jersey and I live way in Florida? I said, why you couldn't live in Florida or me live in New Jersey? Why he had to distance us? Talking to somebody who understands. And I'll never forget Apostle talking to me about being a bishop. And in my mind, I didn't want to be no bishop. I just wanted to be saved. And as I grew, my friend was acknowledging, being thankful. Oh, you deserve it, McCloud. McCloud, you're supposed to be. I said, but this is not what I came for. I didn't come for this. I didn't realize God was taking me outside of my camp at the time, which was Church of our Lord Jesus Christ. And I want you to bear my reproach, and I will meet you outside this camp. Anybody here love the Lord? Notice with me, Exodus 32, preacher, not in your lesson, in 26. Read.
Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on the Lord's side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him.
Now the sons of Levi, the priests, meeting with Moses outside, because what God say? I don't want you living with them. Priests, Levites, you cannot be with them. I don't care nothing about. That's your family members. I want to build your own community. Only the priests can stay. Any one of their family members that when they get to a certain age, if they didn't want to live this life, if you had a son that did not want to be a priest, put him out. And to be honest with you, that's what S.D. James was setting up out there. He was setting up camp that was supposed to be for God's people. And anybody didn't want to live for God. I didn't care if you was a family member. He had them to put them out. If your child became 18 years old and they didn't want to live for God, put them out. Get them off this camp. Why? I said, God gonna meet you outside of your norm. And here we are, the Laodicean church. He prophetically spoke about people who are going to have material things, have education, and want so much. Are you all recording me or not? I'm just asking a question. Just answer me yes or no. So you are. Y'all love the Lord? Tell the Lord thank you. I just want to be saved. I want to be saved. Exodus 33 and 7.
And Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without the camp, afar from the camp, and it called it the tabernacle of the congregation. And it came to pass that everyone which sought the Lord went out unto the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp.
Everybody who really wanted to have that true relationship, God, sought the Lord, went out unto the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp. Tell somebody, you got to cut some folks loose. You say, everybody who really sought the Lord. If the world will see us now, they will say you foolish. Oh, y'all sitting here, coronavirus, no social distance. Man got y'all in one building 24 hours shut in. It's unthinkable. ABC News interviewed me yesterday, the preacher that sit down and don't holler, don't do nothing. Want to know how many people come to you? They arrested you in Alabama for that septic tank leak. We want something on your enemy called the state of Alabama. How are you doing now since they arrested you? We went to, what was that? Brunswick, Georgia. We were at Jekyll Island. When Apostle started the church in Brunswick, Georgia, you remember some of those men were activists. They represented, right now, they would be part of the Black Lives Matter. They were men. And we was in his office and he said, what's your name? He said, Bishop McCLOUD. He said, I read you in a law book. I said, me? He said, you know, anytime a person go to court, and some of these brothers in a whole lot of law books. These ex-crackheads who went to jail, went to prison, they in a law book somewhere. Case number 5W3244. Richard, what your prison name was? What was it? Say it loud. H12560 is in a book somewhere. It's in a book somewhere. That was his name. Outside the camp of God. And what is God trying to do? You come into church and you fighting to hold on to the old you. It doesn't mean I didn't mind separating. I can call my friend Ella Mobley right now. We can hold a conversation because I didn't mind sanctifying myself. God didn't have to bust up a relationship because he was taking me on a higher level and I accepted it. So now I can call him right now and we can hold a conversation for hours. Because I didn't sit there and try to hold on in the camp. I had to leave a camp of people who I love but couldn't understand the new me, the new creature. They wouldn't accept the new creature. And I tell some of these young people, You know, you are not going to grow with who you grew with in the world. Because it's not like you don't love each other. You love each other, but God ain't taking you all together in your growth. One gonna grow higher than the other, but you ain't gonna go. Two can't walk together except what? They agree. Okay, the agreement finna become different because God finna take you apart. And this person is in their place of God. They're not weaker than this person. This person is giving God 100% and God accepting it and they're going to be saved. This person is giving God 100% and they're going to be saved. But this person will not be in the will of God giving 100% with my friend who is giving 100% here. Tell somebody your calling is higher. At the 3 o'clock prayer, I went around and had something to pray out loud. I did that to keep everybody woke. And the Lord started letting me know, Spirit started talking to people. Why he ain't getting me to pray? Why ain't getting me to pray? Because your prayer might have put them to sleep. I'm trying to keep them woke. I didn't even pray. I seen Bree down there on her knees praying. It looked like some energy here. I seen old Crimp the night Brandy. Started out slow, but some unction came on her, and then Hoshilama, how Brandon, when that Lord come on Brandon, she go into another zone. She ain't studied no more. Something done took over her as you run. And she start going outside her camp, and another voice start coming out the mouth. The Lord told me to give Tahisha that might. She started out like a locomotive. Choo, 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 choo. And then she started getting winded up. Winded up. Tell somebody I got to go outside the camp. I can't be like you. He ain't raising me up to be like you. He raising me up to be like him. Somewhere down the road, you got to look at your brother. You got to look at your sister. He ain't raising me up like you. I love you, but we different. God taking me to a secret place. And can't nobody go there with you. You can't come with me. I look at some of these saints, they too close. They too close. Well, some of these family members are too close. Where Keandra at? Keandra. Is she here? Oh, she loved Bishop, but not this morning. I'm kind of, Keandra, yes sir. Can't nobody get no yes sir out of right now. Is she in the room with any of y'all? Is she here or is she going to you follow? Where's she at? Go and get her. Y'all love the Lord? Are you willing to let him take you outside the camp? And start bearing his reproach. 1 Peter 2:21 is in your lesson. Read.
1 Peter
2:21.
For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps.
I started looking around and I said, there are certain people that are not him. I said, I remember a time where you couldn't get them to miss. And it ain't no problem coming late. It ain't no problem being a praise leader and don't mind not coming to choir practice. All of you sisters did out there. What praying woman? All you really wanted was a robe. That's all you wanted. Did you want the praying woman that was supposed to be inside the robe? You just wanted a robe. Just to be able to put on sometime when the praying women come. But are you really a praying woman? Or you just a robe bearer with a cap on? Or you walking in here, I walk in here and it's dark and you're praying and I take a walk around to look and see who praying, looking for anybody who need any help. Are you a praying woman or you just come in, I'm going through something I need to get in prayer? Or are you really a praying woman? Where Kazil at? Where Kazil? Well, I call their name and it just ain't, I know who to call, who name and they ain't here. That Xavier look back there. That's my big wife. Why is all these people coming in my mind and God know they ain't here and I'm calling them? I didn't know. I'm thinking they sitting out there. Is that Keandra? Keandra. 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 Ask me like you did earlier. Keandra. Outside the camp. Tell somebody God looking. God looking. God looking. God looking. God looking. He looked at, afflicted me. He looked at me. I was Isaiah 53. Will you go there? Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53. He looked at me. My wife looked at me. My children, they didn't know what to say. They didn't know what to say. I didn't even know what to say. They looked at me. I said, Lord, did I do anything? What did I do? I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Tell me what I did. What I did. What I did. Isaiah 53 and 2.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form,
no form,
nor comeliness,
no comeliness.
And when we shall see him, there is no beauty,
no beauty,
that we shall desire him.
That we should. I'll bring you to a place where nobody desire to be like you. I'm sitting there outside the camp. Don't even have an answer. Right now, read.
He is despised and rejected, of men a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs, and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted.
What happens when God takes you to a smitten place? Afflicted. I wasn't going through just a cough. I wasn't going through even corona. I want you to live, and I want you to look afflicted. So my leader looked at me and almost busted out crying. I was sitting next to him in the pulpit. He was talking to me, and he had to turn his head. I was sitting there. I don't know what I did. It's time to go outside the camp. I'm taking you out your norm, and I want them to see you. How many of y'all saw me shaking? Stand up. Saw me shaking. I'm here. What you thought about it? At the time when you saw me shaking? Get the mic.
It was weird, actually, because when I saw
All
you,
that hollering you doing at the house, you better speak up.
it was weird because when I saw you, I wasn't sure if I saw you like that in a dream or something. It was like I hadn't seen you like that before, but I don't know if it was a dream or something. When we was in church and I looked at you and I was like, I don't know if the Lord had told me that or I saw it before or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Okay. Give it to Shantice, old pregnant Shantice. Have you talked to Z yet?
No, sir.
Okay. Is Z here? Can nobody get up? All y'all scared of her? She told me she pushing her husband to Jesus. She said, I am his test and I'm pushing him to the Lord. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Yes, Shantice.
Oh, you asked me what I was thinking.
What went through your mind when you saw me?
I knew it was something because the Lord just had me keep praying for you. And when I seen you, I just was scared. I just went to praying.
You got scared?
Yeah.
Okay. Ben, come on here to Ben, her husband. I need to add up them dates and see when she got pregnant. That Ben ain't wasting no time. He was trying to lead the wedding ceremony. Let's go.
Amen.
All right, it's time to go. Yeah.
I seen it before, I cut your hair. So when you
That's
answered,
right, you did. You cut my hair while I was shaking.
when you answered the door, I was like, "What's going on? What's going on? It's cold in the house or something? I don't know." Then you killed.
What you just said?
Was it cold in the house? I ain't got no sense, Bishop.
What he said?
I said, well, it must be cold in the house or something because I ain't got no sense.
I still don't understand what he said.
I said it must be cold in the house or something because
you thought
you
it was
answered
cold
the door. You was answering the door like this. I ain't know. I ain't paid no mind at first, but then that straight razor came by and you steady was doing like that, and I was like, oh Jesus, But I started to pray and I looked and just living with you, going through, watching you go through stuff. I respond like you did. Ain't no sense in what I'm gonna say. Just pray, Because you going to say, I'm all right, get the Clippers. So, just, I'm going to keep moving. But when I got alone, it hit me then.
Can you imagine her son in the house with his bishop, just left among people who said, tell me you ain't going to that church on 231. Tell me you're not going there. They practice witchcraft. Tell me. And her son in the house with his bishop, and he in there. What went through your mind, her son?
Mine was everywhere at first. But then I began to pray myself. Came in the house. I knew it was an attack from the enemy. Coming from some direction. Mine was like witchcraft and mine was everywhere.
Yeah. His mind was everywhere. Is it true? Is this a witchcraft church? You want to say something? All right, Hassan.
I didn't see you. I saw the text. And I said, that's not my
They can't
pastor.
hear you, Maurice.
When I saw the text, I said, my pastor don't do this. And I knew it was something serious. And because I've been with you down the years, I said, God dealing with him. And I remember I said, tell me what God telling you through this. I said, because it's important. I knew it wasn't from the enemy because I know every time God sat you down, he told you something important. And I said, I need to know what's going on. I said, it's important to me. Tell me what's going on. What he telling you? So I didn't have to see it. I saw that text. Knowing you, for you to put that text out there, I know that was a humbling experience.
I had to go to the valley of shadow of death. I saw Dante die. I saw her son die. I got up around 4 in the morning, couldn't sleep. I started praying. Lord, please. I was crying, please. And I don't expect nobody to understand. I don't expect my family to understand. I don't expect a lot of you all to understand that you love God people, and to think that sons dying in my face, and knowing that I can go to the secret place and I can bear, but I don't know how I'm going to come out. I can get it off of them. That take love. What went through your mind, Keyshawn?
So at first,
Keyshawn loved his pastor. He go against his own family for his pastor.
when I first saw you, that message came back to me when the apostle was talking about we just look at the man of God when he lay hands on us and our bodies get healed, but we don't look at it when it transfer to the pastor body. And then I thought about God brought back to me when you had laid hands on Etta Johnson, Overseer Williams, and then her son was sick, and he told me in the van, he was like, I'm sick. He was like, Dante said, Bishop said, I feel like it's an attack on the body. And then alkaline had came to my body when I saw you. And I was like, he finna do an alkaline healing teaching. And the people go be like, they go be down him because he been teaching this alkaline centers, helping his body. And now he up here shaking and everything. And God just had spoke to me and he was like, that he was just making another miracle like he did the first time when you had cancer. That's to show that this thing true. So
My pastor said to me, he said, we minister to them. We have given our life and we minister to them. He said, God wants them to minister back to us. He said, they don't know how to minister to us. Do you know how it feels when people come around you and just take? How many of you have come to your pastor and give? I ain't talking about money. We were talking and he said to me, he said, when them sisters first came and wanted to anoint my feet, he said, I didn't understand. That's what the apostle said. He said, but I'm a man. Okay, what y'all doing now? A fellowship with the noise on the phone fellowship or something? He said, but I'm a person, all I'm going to do is go to God and ask him, what are they doing? And he said, the Lord said, they anointed my feet, they washed my feet. He said to God, but that's you, God. He said, but they washed my feet. They anointed my feet. And he said, I left it alone. It was a form of ministering. And just because you some kin about somebody, and even just because you married to them, they do not know how to minister to you. You trying to stay connected to who you was connected to before you was saved, or this was my best friend, this my spouse. They supposed to automatically, because the teaching is that when a man of God preaches, wife is supposed to come and be the first person to shake his hand after he ministered to you all, and that purpose is to put virtue back in him. So suppose you don't have it to put back in. And you'll be shocked at the men of God who are not ministered to. And it's embarrassing, till people will cover it up just because you kin to me. You feel that I'm the one that's supposed to be doing it, but suppose you ain't qualified because your spirit ain't right. So let me take you to an afflicted place and let them see that they ain't ministering to you. Because all I really needed was virtue put back in. That's all. I had my pastor feeding me. I'm the alkaline man. What that salad he put together, and when Bishop Ross was living, he said, you're going to be the voice of his people. He said, God say you're going to be the voice for his people. You're going to say things of the preachers or not. They're too proud to say it. But can you get used to living in hell and not afraid to open up your mouth? Don't matter what it's going to cause. How in the world can I get before you and say that a wolf eats sheep and you still have an attitude with church people? How can you holler at God people? Because that's biting. That's the vibe. What you doing? Well, who you with? What you doing? That's biting. Then a man of God can be so blunt. I'm the blunt teacher who get up and just say straight up, hey, you're a wolf. And then right after I do this, hey, what I told you? Watch out for them wolves to say, Bishop said. How can you do it after a Bible study of biting and devouring, and then you'll still holler at your brothers and sisters? Lord, I don't want to bite on no sheep. I don't even want to get a taste. How can you sit there and argue with your spouse except you like the taste of blood? And you like the taste of his blood or her blood. Why? He told me in my marriage, shut up. Shut your mouth. I said, Lord, but I'm the head of the house. Shut up. Lord, I feel like a punk. My wife can talk to me in a kind of way and I can't say nothing back. He said, shut up. Meet me outside of the camp. I had sisters, and, well, he don't know how to handle his wife. Will you learn how to handle yours? I had to be obedient to God because he was taking me to this place called presiding bishop. He wasn't taking me to Minister McCloud, Elder McCloud, District Elder McCloud, Overseer McCloud. He was taking me, he wasn't just taking me to Bishop McCloud. I'm taking you, and there's a few positions where you're the only one. Ain't number one apostle. It ain't gonna be there another one. Not with us. You don't have 3 presiding bishops. Only one. But when you get there, you got to be ministered to. Can you pull back into your pastor? And it's more than your dollar handshake. I love that money handshake you began, so don't you stop. So I ain't speaking against that, not one bit. Keep shaking my hand, and say, can I shake your hand? And I feel something lumpy. And I'd be scared to look at it. I just put it in my I got to remember they folded theirs on like the sound. And then so I got to remember, okay, I said, this fold right here is Sister Rose fold. This is a Sean fold, so so when I pull them out, when I go home, I say, oh, this is Rose fold here. It's Sean. And the reason why I was talking about Von Shea, because I see her taking on the spirit of her mama. She'll slip Bishop some money. I thought Von Shea was going to be cool Sister Slash. She got a different heart. Different heart. Have God called you to minister to your pastor? Majority of the people just take. And I have to minister to them. It was when them two sisters, Sister Rose and Toya. And the Lord said to me, let's go to 1 Peter 3 and 12. Read.
For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you, if you be followers of that which is good? And if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. But sanctify the Lord God in your hearts. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear.
I got an answer to them. Why the shakes? Why the affliction? Why the reproach? Why? It's because he was taking me someplace. He took me someplace. He took me there. Made me examine myself. I'm a living witness. Can't nobody go with you. I didn't want to talk to nobody but God and my pastor. I didn't want to talk to you. I just wanted you to pray. I didn't want to talk. Because he had just told me about a week ago about the young lady having a stroke and he having the stroke symptoms. I said, I ain't finna talk to nobody who ain't been here. I ain't seen somebody who love God, people like that, till you take on their reproach. Till God ready to do. I see you complaining about who testing you. Did you look at your test and say, do your job? Do it quickly. Hurry up. Hurry up and hate me. Don't you know what it is for somebody who don't even understand their own self? Somebody can love you but hate you all at the same time. Anybody here know what I'm talking about? And they deceive them own selves because they do have a love for you, but they despise you. To the first chance they get, they talk about you behind your back and try to get people to look at you. They love you, but they want you to fall. Why? I can't stand where God taking you. Why? Because I don't have no control. So I don't care if you fall. You cannot be equal to where the man of God is taking him. I don't even want the same size bag, Apostle God. That's right. I don't see how you feel like you should get. The Bible say we deserve double honor. Something wrong with you if you feel you're supposed to get double honor. Your plate don't supposed to be the size of my plate. You don't supposed to be getting what I get. You shouldn't even think that you deserve it. You don't supposed to get the honor or the respect. Oh, you do for Bishop, you don't do for me. You don't supposed to get what I get. I don't supposed to get what Apostle Coward get. I don't even want it. Something wrong with you, Wolf. You still want what the manna, and you don't even deserve it. Lord, please don't have me envious of my pastor. So I sanctify you more. You need to get a little closer to me. What? Relate to my affliction. Relate to my humility. I said, how am I going to teach this alkaline? I'm getting ready to do a series. I'm told you to coming soon. Eating to live the Bible way. Eat your herbs. Well, I was sucking up some herbs. Minister Terry herbs, my stash of herbs. I got herbs from Africa, herbs from Minister Terry. I said, your stuff ain't working. He went and made me another batch. It's cell cleanser. It's supposed to clean your system out. I said, I ain't doing hot same around the house too. Bitch, this stuff ain't working. He trying to be uncracked. Bishop, I ain't even going to the bathroom. You know. Why? Because I'm taking you someplace. It's a place in God where he take you and you're going to be alone. Can you do it? Why? Because when I finish with you, I will have people in this congregation that going to know how to minister to you. They're going to know how to minister to you. They're going to have... He didn't give me the instructions. He gave them sisters the instructions. Told them exactly what to do. Because what virtue? I was so much into weeping for Dante, praying that Hassan don't backslide. You know. Yeah, man who done heard that this church was cursed. And he said, Bishop, I gotta leave. I don't want to go. I said, Hassan, now you remember all them people told you we was cursed. I said, listen to you talking. You don't want to go back to Alabama. He don't want to stay with Debbie.
You don't want him back.
And I said, listen to how you talking. Them people told you we do witchcraft. Them people told you that we ain't real. We're a false church. And here you are at Bishop House looking at him shaking. Ain't none of y'all seen it like my wife and Hassan. And he said, I don't want to go back. I got to go back. I said, didn't them people tell you it was cursed? We witchcraft. I don't want to go back. And then yesterday he said, I got to stay here. I said, yeah. I said, you got to help out in Alabama. He's a good driver. I said, yeah, you got to help out. You're going to be on my evangelistic team. You're going to go when I go. You're going to be wherever I'm at. You're going to go. When I spend them 2 weeks in Huntsville, he'll be with me. When I need somebody to grow up and be able to minister back. If they driving that van, they ministering back to me. Because I will drive if I have to. They minister back to me. If I can sit in there and go to sleep, they minister back to you. My wife and Chambril drove. I let them know I ain't driving. I think Chambril want me to ride with her, so I pay for gas. She ain't try to stop me from paying no gas. You know. I said, well, she got her gas paying, driving, passenger. You know, it's a life. Can you minister back to your pastor? Can you go against the sisterhood, sister, and do? Them sisters had their own oil. They have everything laid out. My feet can't touch the ground. They took a towel with apostle sweat on it. And my feet had to touch a towel with my pastor's sweat on it. I wasn't allowed to touch the ground. And I see their precision doing everything. And I'm shaking, shaking, shaking. And they're so cautious. And Jesus came and ministered to the people, and they came back and ministered to him. Do the man of God have any people who've been raised up to minister back to him? If the family gonna do it, my children are just about buy me whatever I want. They will come together and chip in. And Sister Tanya came in the house for the first time. I said, this is Deacon Robert special here. You want to see the work of Deacon Robert? Come in that house and see how God used Deacon Robert. So Tanya coming in, oh. I said, Deacon Robert labored in this place. He labored. He ministered to me. You know, I called Deacon Robert. Deacon Robert, that light fixed in that bedroom, Bishop, when you walk in your bedroom, just say, let there be light. I said, okay, Deke. I went in that room and flipped that light in that bedroom, and the room just lit up. And he looked at me and said, you got daylight. Okay, Lowe's and Home Depot person. Okay, I know it's bright in here. I know that. Y'all love the Lord? Are you going to minister back to your pastor? Are you so hung up into yourself? Can you minister back to us? When we are going through, or you just going to look and say, what's wrong with him? Did Bishop do anything wrong? He must have did something wrong. Something ain't right. You know, I kind of had a feeling anyhow Bishop wasn't right. I had that feeling. I couldn't quite point it, but God revealed it now. You know. So I had many came to see the afflicted, presiding bishop. And I sat there in humility. Lord, when you wouldn't let me stay home, just heal me home. You said, then it ain't going to be no testimony. You privately suffer. Only the people there, if somebody wake up, breathe, maybe I'll be ministered to. At 3 o'clock, I was actually looking for Sister Wendy. When I had the women praying, I was looking for Sister Wendy. Sister Wendy get a mic in her hand and go to praying. Another woman come over with her fussing self. She don't fuss with nobody but her sister. And if you come in between her and her sister, then you're going to get a little bite from the snapping turtle. For her and Lisa still fussing from since when they were 4, 5 years old. They fussing today. They about 54. Well, I remember you took my pancakes. You hurt me that day. You know. But I was looking for Wendy. I wanted to give her that mic and let her pray. I heard her pray on Marco Polo. I said, who is that? She preached better than Nuke and Leo putting together. I told Maurice, I didn't know that was in Wendy. I said, what the world? You know, with a fussing self. But she know how to compel people to come. And I wanted to give her the mic and let her minister. And I went around and I let different people minister because I didn't want to lead it. I needed somebody to hold. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I need somebody to hold up my arms. And everybody who prayed was holding my arms up. Why? Her bishop was really tired. And they held my arms up by saying their portion of the prayer. That means I didn't have to do it. So I walked around, kept myself woke, looking around, who the next person, who the next person, who the next person. You better learn how to minister back to your pastor. And sometimes ministering back to your pastor is you pouring into him. Don't be worried about my family and nobody else who roll their eyes at you because you ain't doing for them. Because what's coming out of me ain't coming from them. Yes, sir. It's coming from what God put in me. And it has to be put back in me. Yes, sir. It don't mean just because they some kin to me, they got the power to put it back. Because I was so afflicted, I ain't care who laid hands on me. I ain't care. And my pastor said, I said, Pastor, them sisters anointed my feet. I lost the memory of the shakes. I don't even know when it left. I had a man of God that came and fed me. My pastor came and fed me. Told my wife what to put together. Told her what to put together. Don't you eat that spinach no more. I said, yes, sir. Don't you eat that spinach? It's a hybrid. I said, yes, sir. You know. He said, what you eating? I said, I've been consuming a lot of spinach. Don't eat any spinach no more. I was eating sauteed spinach, and my pastor came and gave me some raw, uncooked collard greens and said, eat this. And my wife said, I ain't never ate no raw collard greens, but I got to eat it because the man of God told me, eat this. Tell somebody you might have to eat something you don't want to eat. If the man of God said it to you, you got to do it. It don't have to make no cook, saute, season just right spinach to raw collard greens. How many of y'all ate raw collard greens? Huh? Huh? So people actually do that? I mean, you did it on purpose? Oh, he had y'all to do it? And you were so hungry you went out there and ate it out the yard? I did not know that. I'm older than you. But you're not that old. I ate them raw collard greens. I didn't care if they told me cast off. I'm drinking the nastiest herbs. You know, the nastier the better. Hossein in there trying to hang with me on these herbs. He don't, oh! Sound like you done had a good shot of whiskey. Woo! anybody's body. Ooh, what's this? What you looking at it for? Just drink it. I gave him a cup. He just smelled it and go. I said, what you smelling it for? Put it in your body. He stopped shaking and I started. Why? The reproach of him. Can you minister back to your pastor? They took them to, and I noticed they kept switching out the towels. You know, I didn't know who was getting the towel. The apostle was wiping, and they just getting them quick. You know, they gonna nothing. But it was already in their plan. We're gonna take the presiding bishop. Do not need the sweat of the ministers. The presiding bishop need the sweat of his pastor on him. And God gave them the remedy. He gave it to them. The man of God telling me what to consume in my body. And then now God telling me the spiritual remedy, because this is not Parkinson's. This is not an affliction or disease. This is bearing his cross. What they would have done to Jesus today, I had to take it today. Tell somebody you got to take it today. What's going on with you? You had to take it. You know they thought Jesus was going to kill himself. They thought he was going to kill him. He said, I'm finna go where you can't go. They thought he was talking about suicide. They didn't understand his language. Oh, you gonna tear this tabernacle down who took us all these years to build, and you finna rebuild it in 3 days? They didn't understand him. Y'all love the Lord. I went back there hollering like Sergeant Carter. Get up! It's time to get up. We here for sacrificial prayer. We ain't here to rest. We here for sacrificial prayer. Do you know where's Cynthia? Cynthia ain't here neither? Stand up, Cynthia. Cynthia came all the way from Fort Worth, Texas. Come to the airport, and they told her, you can't get on the plane. What happened when they told you can't get on the plane, Cynthia? Tell them what you really did when you couldn't get on that plane, Cynthia. Quit making it sound nice. What you did? What is went off a little bit? Describe to us what is went off a little bit. You told her what? Yes. Another side of Cynthia manifested at the airport. And it's all because she was fighting to get where you take for granted. She know if I just step foot there.
Then it was 9 something. Then they said something was wrong with the plane. So we ended up sitting in the airport for like 3 hours. But me and my son, when the plane finally took off, we even sat on a runway for like 30 minutes, and then they're like, oh, we can't take off. And I was like, Lord, I was looking at when you flying off, the wings, it was smoke coming out of there. It was turbulence. I said, Lord, if we didn't just make it, it was really something, but I thank God I was willing. The lady next to me, she was holding on, and I'm holding on. I got my child. I said, we got to fly. We're going to fly down and catch down there in Florida.
She didn't care if the plane gonna drop in Florida. It ain't finna drop in Texas. And we gonna walk out of this plane. I don't care if it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Is God taking you someplace to learn how to minister back to the man of God? My phone kept ringing. Yes, I put that text on there, pray for me. But some still displayed their animosity to what they were going through. And I had to monitor who I was going to respond to. One, Shanice just went on a rampage. Pastor, you got something against me? You can't text me back? Did I do anything, Pastor? Where Shanice at? It sounded like she just woke up. Pastor, if I did something wrong, y'all know how she is. Did the Spirit tell you something about me? I'm steady dealing with that, and I'm shaking. Yeah. Pastor, what's wrong? Why you won't answer my text, Pastor? I'm shaking. Now it's hard to hold my phone and just type a message. I saw that, Cassie. Y'all love the Lord? I have to check my phone when Dante say anything to me. I have to respond just in case. And he just texts me, good morning, Bishop. Y'all love the Lord?